yes, this problem has occurred to me as well, and I've been suffering it from past like 3 years. 2015 was the first year when I kind of faced this issue for the first time in January, back 3 years back down the lane. So there were a couple of events that had happened back to back. I used to work with a media company then, and I used to manage a lot of events. So there was an event which was scheduled for a date, and from morning 10 a.m. I was wearing heels, pencil heels till like 12 in the night because I was continuously there at the event, and I was standing because I was managing it. That was one of the incidents because I never used to wear heels before that. Second was I was in a car, my brother was driving, and it was heavily raining back in Noida then, and we suddenly crossed a speed breaker and we stuck in there, and there was a jerk that I could face in my back, and but it was okay. I came back home, it was fine. I went back to my office, I went back to my regular life. One day suddenly there was this back pain that occurred, and I went to the hospital. It was a big hospital in Noida, where they, on the very first day, they just said it's a muscle rupture and you just need to take a few medicines and it will be fine. And it was actually fine. I went back to my office again, and one day that pain, suddenly stuck my back, and I came back home and I was immediately rushed to the same hospital, and after about 5 days they tell me it's a slip disc, and we were taken aback, my family and me, because I was too young back then, and the first thing they suggested was surgery, but none of my family members agreed to it, and they wanted, no, there's nothing like surgery to be done on your body, because I was too young, and surgery at that age would have been a big issue in my further life. So the second alternative that he mentioned was, then you have to then take a proper 3 to 4 months bed rest, and then you just have to leave it to God and the medicines. And there were a lot of steroids that were given to me. I had literally lost about close to 10 to 15 kgs. My eyes had gone, I mean, there were a lot of dark circles that I could see on my face. I had nothing except for 2 people, managing me, taking me to the washroom, doing the regular things. And I could barely walk. I could just get up from my bed to the washroom and then come back and just lie down and get into depression. And so I was in medicines for continuous 2 months. Nothing happened. The pain was just slowly going down, then coming back again. I did not even see the outside life for close to 2 months, and then for a month I went back to my hometown to my parents and in Agra. They also kind of treated me with the same thing. I was on my medicines, then I came back. Suddenly out of nowhere I was okay and the pain had gone. This was in 2015. Then I shifted to Gurgaon and I started working with a company here, and I am still very successfully working with them. Back in 2016, which was last year, it occurred to me again. I was on a few exercises which I wasn't supposed to do because I had forgotten I am a patient of slip disc, and it came back. So after really going to 3 to 4 hospitals in the city, Gurgaon, I finally went to the hospital which I would have gone to like in my first instance, which is Artemis. It really helps. I mean, of course, none of the hospital comes with a tag, we are your partners and we are your saviors, or we are the God you're looking for. But if you really experience it, I must say I have experienced it. I have not faced any other issue except for slip disc, but that is one issue which can, literally ruin your life. And as you can see, I'm giving this testimonial right now only because I'm able to do it, and I'm completely and perfectly fine. It is only because of the hospital, Artemis, and also because of its doctor. Finally, when Dr. B.K. Singh suggested me to meet the 2 gods in my life, which is Dr. Ashu Jain and Dr. Rajat Gupta, I went to them, and in the very first instance itself, they understood, and they asked me, are you like suffering with this pain from past 2 months? I said yes.
So Nikita came to us in November 2016 with severe backache going into the left lower limb. She was seen by our senior orthopedic surgeon, who advised to see us, and the pain was so severe that she was not able to move.
They asked me to relax and take a chill, and then they literally gave me no negative this thing. You are facing with a lot of big issue, and you have to go through this or that, these medicines or those drugs. It was very simple, and they gave me that relief and comfort that you will be out of it without any pain, and you have to just trust us. They gave me a few medicines which I had to take for a week to relax and come back to my original state of having a therapy after a week, and then there was this day when I reached hospital 6 in the morning, and for the pain therapy, and you know, as you know, if somebody asks, if the hospital asks you to reach for a surgery or for a theatre, or I mean for a pain therapy, it takes almost good 2-3 hours, but they told me, Nikita, it will be over in 1 hour, and it literally got over in 1 hour.
We did try conventional conservative therapies for her for a couple of weeks, but it didn't work for her. So then we gave her the option of doing a median branch radiofrequency ablation for her lower back and transforaminal epidural adhesiolysis, following which it's almost 1.5 years that Nikita is pain-free.
There was no pain, there was no surgery, there was no cut, there were no drugs that I was asked to take, there were no steroids that I was asked to take. It was a simple therapy where, you know, 17 injections. Few injections were injected in my back. So slip disc is nothing but a nerve is stuck in between your bones because of your wrong posture or a few accidents that you might have faced, or you know, a few wrong exercises that you might have done, or any other occurrence that might have happened in your day-to-day circle. So yes, those injections were injected, and that pain had literally gone out after 1 hour.
We did this procedure in November 2016. And this is now 1.5 years after the procedure. Patient is very comfortable, and I remember when she came, she was not able to walk. She was lying on bed for 3 months, and now she plays tennis and does every routine activity.
It's almost like 1.5 years now. I'm all okay. I'm back to my own self. I'm playing my favorite game, which is badminton. I'm playing basketball. I'm running. I'm walking. Yes, I'm following the very important thing, which is exercising. I exercise. I was asked to exercise 5 minutes every day. It did not happen, but I ensure that at least I exercise 2 to 3 days in a week. If 5 minutes is not covered every day, I cover 20 minutes or 30 minutes in the entire week by exercising 10-15 minutes, almost 2 to 3 days in a week. I am following certain rules which are really helping me. Every day in the morning, I don't get up without drinking warm water with lemon. I wake up on the left side. I mean, I don't wake up directly. There are certain postures which have been taught to me. I sit in my office straight with a pillow on my back, and yes, and that's really made my life easy like anything. I mean, I don't really remember I was stuck with this pain, and I had good 3 to 4 depressing months in my life. I don't even want to think about it, and I recommend everybody to please come and meet these two gods in your life, Dr. Ashu Jain and Dr. Rajat Gupta, if you really want to come out of this pain without any cut to your body.
We do minimally invasive interventions for such back pain, and 80 to 90% of these patients, they can be treated without open surgery.
And as you can see, I'm able to give this testimonial to you only because I trusted those two doctors, Dr. Ashu Jain and Dr. Rajat Gupta, and most of all the hospital, Artemis hospital, and I'm out of it like completely fine.